You gotta go. Oh, do I need to look at this?
No, that's okay.
Okay. So,
This is my good side.
yeah, I don't want a double chin in here, right? I was heartened yesterday. My sister, she's a school teacher in Sullivan County up in East Tennessee. As far away as you can get from Memphis as you can be, you know, the Tri-Cities up in the other corner. And she said a coworker who just retired, they're going on a tour out to the Southwest and they're stopping in Memphis. What can I do in Memphis? And I thought, is she going to ask me? And she said, well, I told them, you know, and I was so proud. You know, she said, I told them you go to Beale Street, you go to Graceland, you go to the Bass Pro Pyramid, you go to the top, you see the river. And she told them several other things that I thought, you know what, we're making headway and progress here. So I don't have to tell her anymore. You know, our newscast, I do Good Morning Memphis. I'm on for 5 hours. It's a long show. In fact, it's still on right now. I bolted. We have tough days. Yesterday was a tough day. We had a house fire. 2 little boys killed their mother, the grandfather. We had a lot of other news. I'm not going into it. And I left with a heavy heart. It happens, you know. You try not to let it get you. Sometimes it does. I was like, oh, I have a birthday lunch for a friend. She's turning 50. I really am not in the mood. Go, and of course I go. And it was wonderful. And it reminds me, there's so many good things, right? The waiter, we went to Salsa and I had not been there in a while. And it's one of the many restaurants here that has waiters who've been there for a very long time and you recognize their faces and they know you. It's like, oh, where have you been? That's Memphis, right? So when I finally got home, I was like, oh, I'm too tired to walk the dogs, but I'm going to walk the dogs. And I'm walking and I'm like, this is the most beautiful place. I mean, it doesn't have mountains, but it's beautiful. And that soft breeze, I mean, I wouldn't live anywhere else, certainly not in the north where they're getting all that snow, right? We can visit that, right? And it just reminded me of what we have to be grateful for. But the number one thing is the people. Do y'all agree? The people of the city. Some notes and I'll glance down. I'll have to put my glasses on and glance down at them, but and then I'll show you a couple of videos too. But the people are what make the city, and that's what I tell everybody. There are more loyal, funny, eccentric, brilliant people in this city than anywhere I've lived. Now I've lived in a lot of cities in the Southeast. This is the place. We have consultants come in, and I can't give away any secrets, but I will tell you this. They always say, you know, in other cities, people watch a newscast for 10 to 12 minutes. Here, our folks watch a lot longer. It's part of that loyalty, you know, right. And I love it. You know, it's great. One thing I noticed during the pandemic, a lot of restaurants had to shut down. You had a lot of other restaurant owners who were, I'm going to find a way to keep my people working, like Kelly English. Y'all know Kelly, his restaurants? Pivoting. He pivoted. He found ways. He kept his employees working. He did Zoom things with how to cook shows. He'd send you the ingredients. He had the pickups for like Easter brunches and stuff like that. So even though I didn't need any of all that food, so I started ordering. I saw other people doing it too. You know, it's that. How do we go from here? So many people did pivot during the pandemic because our whole world changed. Kelly was magnificent at it. I'm not a paid spokesman either for Kelly English, but let me tell you what else he does. You know, he's a chef, James Beard Award finalist, Food Network, best thing I ever ate. He feeds the homeless. On Thanksgiving, he puts out meals for whoever needs something, puts it out on the table for people to come get. He organizes the haircuts, the coats, and the food on New Year's Day. That's what he does. Chef Tam, I've never met her, but I want to. I'm following her on Facebook now. She's pretty amazing. She too has gotten a lot of national exposure on the Food Network, the champion of Chopped, the Wesson Oil Food Network, giving back. The giving back, here's what I've noticed about her. I mean, she's a pretty big deal. She runs a restaurant too, and she travels and does cooking expos and such. But the Tyree Nichols funeral, she organized a lot of restaurants to give and donate food. And she did too, for a repast for the people who were there. That, my friends, is Memphis,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's Memphis. That's what we do. I say we, because I've been here so long. I'm a Memphian. The Wilson family from Kimmons Wilson. I met him when I first moved here, and I'm so glad I did. He was brilliant. And it wasn't just the Holiday Inn that he started. He tinkered around and toyed around with a lot of little inventions and stuff. And he was a hard worker from the beginning. Fred Smith, same way. Memphis is home to that kind of ingenuity and just entrepreneurship. And those are just two people, two of the bigger names. We all know some people like that, right? Maybe on a lower level now, but they're going to get there. I don't know what it is in the water here, but I think it breeds. I think it breeds the intelligent. Here's how we're going to get it done. That's that kind of attitude. You see people like, and I'm just going to mention a few names, who are out in the community doing stuff quietly almost every single day. Stan Bell, the bell ringer. That man's at every community event I go to. And that's just a drop in the bucket because he's at a lot of other events and helping kids and working with teenagers. Of course, that was his job now. He's a WDIA now. He's amazing. There's a Memphis Rotary has a food, they work with the food bank for a mobile food pantry one Saturday a month. And I've had the pleasure of joining them for, I think, October, November, December. And I'm going back next month. It's amazing. 500 people. Or 500 families they feed. People are lined up there from literally the night before. And if you've ever helped with the Mid-South Food Bank, that is a tremendous operation. What they do, I wrote down some numbers. I know you love numbers and details, right? They feed 4 million meals a month. 4 million meals a month via a month. Via 300 agencies in Tennessee, North Mississippi, and one county in Arkansas. Y'all, if you've got $10 to donate, give it to the food bank because your dollar can go feed, I think it's $1 for 3 meals, something like that. They can buy, and so many organizations donate to them, and groups like Memphis Rotary, which I only know because my husband's in it. There are a lot of organizations like that who are working with them to get that food distributed. It's a procedure, man. You've got probably 75 volunteers out there. Like when I've gone, they have people from the University of Memphis, University of Tennessee Dental School and Medical School, and they're out there helping too. Christian Brothers High School. I love it. You see such a mix of people, and it really is a lot of fun. Not as much fun when it rains. But then you have a story and you feel like you can, you deserve whatever else you eat or do the rest of the day. So I urge you, if you can, donate to them. Again, not a sponsor of them, but or volunteer. It'll change the way you look at things. Times are tough. And it's not just the very, very low income people who need help. It's everybody. And you kind of see that, and it gives you a greater appreciation for what you do have when you're eating that nice meal or have a good coffee like they have over here, right? So you see people like Stan Bell, Amy Spiropoulos. She works with another station actually, but she's a dear friend of mine. She's at everything. So many people give her their time. Then there's the people that you don't know, like Lou and Wayne Burkett. Do you know them? They're amazing. So I volunteer at Southern Raised Equine Therapeutic Horse Riding for Equine Therapy. It's a long name. Basically what they do is they have horses. They bring out seniors, they bring out veterans and children with different needs. And you see miracles happen as they ride the horse, or the veterans, I think they groom the horses. It calms. So when I go out there after a day at work where we have news like we did yesterday, and sometimes I'm like, I'm tired, I get out there, my whole perspective changes. It changes when you give back. You all know this because y'all are successful and doers. When you give back, you get more out of it than I think the people you give to, don't you think? And that's how it is there. But Lou and Wayne, they're out there every day. They're both retired. They're out there shoveling the horse, dude. They're tacking the horses, taking them out. They love it. And it's that kind of people that we have here in the Mid-South. And you say, yeah, we have people like that everywhere. I think we have more here. I know we're one of the most giving communities in the nation. That's been proven. MIFA, we talked about Mid-South Food Bank, the many animal rescue groups. There's so many, and so many people spend their own time and money until they are worn out to rescue these animals and try to find them good homes. I know I've got one, she's a bit of a barker. She's a lot of a barker, but she's great. The music community, you know, our Grammy award-winning folks like Boo Mitchell. Memphis is on the map, folks. Memphis is on the map. And it's a broad spectrum of kinds of music too. Of course, you have Stax. Have you been to, who's been to the Stax Museum? Oh, I'm so impressed. It's great, isn't it? Who would decorate their car like Isaac Hayes Cadillac? Right? That's something to see. Then we have schools like Stax Academy. Briarcrest High School has the One Voice group. Overton High School's music program. We have all the universities and schools too. I'm going to show you a couple of stories, and I don't know which one's first. One really speaks to who we are again, and it's a recent story. And the other one is something cool you might not have known about the murals we have in town. All right, you ready?
Not quite,
Hit
but
it.
we'll get there.
Okay. And yeah, I, you know, last minute had a photographer put this together for me, Marcus Johnson, the hardest man, working man in TV. By the way, I've had that dress. I'm gonna retire it for that. I got it off Amazon.
I didn't include everything I needed to, just a second.
Okay.
Helped talk down a suicidal teen off the I-40 bridge is honored by the Shelby County Commission. Remember this photo? We shared it with you. Officer Tina Shaw found this 17-year-old young father standing next to the edge of the iced-over bridge, and she says he told her he was stressed out. He had recently become a father. There were troubles at home. She was able to talk him off the ledge there and saved his life. The commission honored Officer Shaw for her bravery and heroic effort.
With professionalism and honor, while being at the right place at the right time, Officer Shaw unveiled courage to a very highly stressed event and displayed outright respect and common civility by helping to return this young man home safely to his family.
Today's society, you have a lot of suicidal, mentally ill, and I do take that to heart, and I just try to be transparent in my daily work, regardless if it's recognized or not.
Officer Shaw says this was actually her third rescue on that I-40 bridge.
To find the best murals for pictures and selfies in the Mid-South, and we found there are literally hundreds of artful options, so we narrowed it down.
Yeah, this was a fun story to do. It really was. Memphis momentum, right? So I'm sharing some of the top places to get your selfie or pictures on. Watch. Ah, sunrise by the river. Fox 13 photojournalist Cynthia Perkins and I are waiting for the sun to dot the I of the Memphis sign on Mud Island. That's where we met Ryan Nelson. He's an independent videographer on a shoot for a client.
It's the perfect lighting, and you don't have like the blown out effect of the sun.
Mud Island may offer the ultimate Memphis background. It has a giant Memphis sign with the skyline in the background. Watch as we scramble to find a spot. Set up your camera on and have a good time. There we go. We sure did. And if you're by yourself, set up for that perfect selfie.
I think the best spot would be in front of it, about 20 feet, and angled.
Before you leave Mud Island, take the stage at the Mud Island Amphitheater. The same stage once graced by the likes of Bob Dylan, Journey, and many other greats. Get a shot with the mighty Mississippi River and the M Bridge behind you. Bonus points if you do it at dusk when the bridge lit up. But let's get to the murals. I asked viewers for input, and this bigger-than-life portrait of Memphis Grizzlies star John Morant
on the site of Slim and Husky's at 634 Union Avenue is the current favorite. Another fave? The I Am a Man painting near 398 South Main.
I see a lot of people stop by the I Am a Man mural and take pictures and stuff, yes.
Put on your angel wings by Tin Roof on iconic Beale Street. And the murals in Barbaro Alley between Front and Main Street, they're vibrant and fun to find.
One of the very first murals in Memphis you can barely see. A nod to Memphis's Black history, painted by the late, great George Hunt in 1983.
Truthfully, it's hard to find a favorite. And you really don't have to, because there are literally hundreds of murals and other art installations to choose from.
It says a lot about a place. I think it's what people remember about a place. When public art is successful, it becomes part of your landmarks for navigating the city.
The I Love Memphis mural on Cooper, just south of Central, is a staple for selfie lovers. I couldn't find the right angle, but that's okay. Truth is, even the smaller paintings are inspiring and speak to who we are.
It conveys the vibrancy and the creative talent here.
Don't know where to begin? No problems. The Urban Art Commission and the Memphis Art Project have interactive maps showing murals and art installations and where to find them.
And it becomes a backdrop for our lives. And I think that you can't really understate the importance of having art in shared spaces like that.
So plan a few hours or a few days to get out and revel in the beauty of Memphis's public art.
Memphis police officer who helped talk down a suicidal teen off the I-40 bridge is honored by the Shelby County Commission.
So that's just a couple of things. That story with the police officer really touched me the first time. And then when we saw that she had done it 3 times, you know, we talk about Memphis police. We have so many police officers who are so wonderful, and they give their own time and money, and they see people in need and they take care of them. I mean, it's something. So yeah, the people of Memphis, who here has gotten a picture in front of a mural? Bill, all right, you have 2. I had never done that until this story, and I was kind of ashamed of myself because they're so wonderful and literally everywhere. So when you have people coming in town next time, say, okay, decide where you're going to go to eat or whatever, or not, and then go do some murals and map it out with that urban arts. Yeah, and I Love Memphis has some great ideas for it too. And if you don't follow I Love Memphis on Facebook and Twitter or whatever your social media is, you should, because they always have some great news and really fun things to do. Yeah, I should have gotten out there before. One of my favorite places, Shelby Farms. Have you been out there lately?
Yes.
Yeah. Who's done the Go Ape thing with the zip lines?
I've walked by it.
I've walked by it. I'm going to do it. We always say we're going to do a team building exercise with Good Morning Memphis, and I'm going to do it. I'm doing it this year. Jill told me to it, right? I'm going to call and say, okay, got about 20 of us. We work together. We want to come around noon and go crazy on. Yeah.
I live in that area.
Oh, you do? It's
Yes.
beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I used to spend almost every afternoon there when I was single before Bill Pointer sold my first little house. Yeah, that was years ago. It was a long time ago. Not that long ago. Anyway, so yeah, Shelby Farms is one of the things. I mean, I've wrote down a lot of places you guys know, but I will just tell you this. My uncle Charlie and his wife came through in the fall, and they didn't tell me. They're retired, so they're traveling all over until the day of, oh, hey, we're here. Well, why didn't you tell us you could stay with us? No, we're staying downtown. And they stayed an additional night because they loved it so much.
Nice.
It takes sometimes people from out of town who don't live where we live to appreciate what we have. And let me tell you what they liked. They rode the trolley. They knew the name of the trolley conductor. They knew everything about him. They made friends with him. They loved the rendezvous because, you know, that's a place, you know, got to take because it's down under, it's cool, it's Memphis. They had a blast. They stayed another night, and that's what you find. And sometimes, like I said, it takes other folks who see it with fresh eyes to realize what a great place we live in. And we haven't even talked about the hospital situation. St. Jude, of course, Le Bonheur Children's Hospital, St. Francis. I mean, we have Baptist, Methodist, I don't want to leave anybody out, but we have such a good hospital system and such great doctors too. Sports, Grizzlies, Tigers. Yeah. That new football team, I always get it wrong. Is it USFL or y'all don't know either? It's a new football team. It's like an arena league. Shoppe, yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be fun too. And basically that's it. That's all I got. You have any questions for me?
Stay up here, stay up here. When we did the show the other day, some of the comments we got from listeners was how we have a good quality of life here in Memphis.
Yes.
And a low cost of living.
Yes.
And we are seeing from all over the world. In fact, Tom King, my co-host, mentioned, somebody from even France buying all these houses here and saying, this is the #1 place to buy houses because we have a stable market.
Yes.
The values go up regularly. They don't go way up and then drop, but they're pretty steadily going up. We have a diversity of jobs, industry here. And we keep toggling between #1 and #2 places to buy real estate with Narada Real Estate Market reports. And I mean, we've got great water, I think, Tom.
We do have great water. You go other places and the water's like, we got Memphis water.
Anything you guys want to add? Tom Lannon.
I've lived in many cities as well. Of course, I married a Southern girl, so that's why I'm here. But I find the biggest challenge is trying to convince the people who are from here how great it is here.
True. I found that too. Haven't you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, people who've never, I think it's to people who really haven't traveled much
Exactly.
to see how other cities and places are. They would
So
realize.
you're doing a great job, and we all need to charge that. We
Thank
need to
you.
remind the people from here how great it is.
Because it is. If they travel around, they'll see. I mean, Memphis is great.
Well, and our zoo. I mean.
Our zoo.
Yes, thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah, you can go anywhere else, right? Nope.
Anything else,
Compared to
anybody?
The rest of the country, our weather's terrific right now.
Somebody donated a bunch of money to the Dixon Art Gallery, so it's free now.
Is it really?
Most people don't know that.
I did not know that.
The Dixon Art Gallery is free.
It's beautiful.
I'm like, I remember when I had it scheduled on Saturday, because I didn't have any money and I needed a date, so take her somewhere. It was free at 10. That was the only time it was free, so I said, oh, it's Dixon Art Gallery. Oh, they thought I was cultured.
Oh, I bet they're like, he's so cultured. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I got a chance to listen to the program that you guys were on, and it was nice to reiterate the great things about Memphis that you focused on, and all of a sudden, it's a pretty special town.
It really is.
It is.
In Memphis, and I said this on the program too, we have more songs have the word Memphis or talk about Memphis than any other cities. I mean, it's not Nashville.
Also, after this, we're going to post this presentation on facebook.com/Talk Shop Memphis. We'll post the links on Instagram, Twitter, some other places, but go there, share it. We want to share the good news about Memphis because we have a lot of good news and good things about our city. There was something else we mentioned too, and I think we've got a room full of business people, so I want to say this too. Memphis is the second largest metropolitan area in the state, and yet young people have an opportunity to come here and really make big positive waves in this city. They get swallowed up in New York. They get swallowed up in Los Angeles. If you're from there, we love those cities too, but you can make very quickly major positive waves here. If you know somebody in your family who's looking to get started in their career, come to Memphis. We talked about food. We talked about
food.
Uncle Lou. He was in the news this recently.
Uncle Lou won the South Beach. It was a South Beach cooking contest, and he went down last year, got the People's Choice Award. Have y'all been to Uncle Lou's? I mean, he brings you in like you're a member of the family.
When you
Yeah.
go to Bill Street,
Yeah.
you come home. You're coming home to Memphis. We have the
Yes.
Orpheum, we have the arts, we have all of that.
And we have a young Memphian who's in the Ain't Too Proud to Beg on the Temptations coming up at the Orpheum. I think it's next week.
Yes.
Anyway, Jalen, I think his last name is White, Jalen White or Jay. Anyway, Jalen is from Memphis and he's in this. I'm gonna post something on my Facebook page about it too. So yes.
We have a tremendous arts.
That's Santa Claus, by the way.
Theater Memphis was one of the largest community theaters and oldest community theaters in the nation. And it's
Really?
right here.
It's right here.
Somebody else? Jim, he got his hand up first.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you, before you came to Memphis, I used to watch you somewhere. I can't remember. Can you tell us where you were before?
Okay, so Myrtle Beach is where I started for Florence, South Carolina TV station. Then I went to Raleigh, North Carolina, but I covered the State House for 2 stations in Eastern Carolina, Wilmington and Greenville. Then I went to Montgomery, Alabama. Is that where it was? Yeah, it was, TV is an interesting business. It was a smaller station, an ABC affiliate. And I don't know what happened. We got sold a couple of times and then we had, instead of newscasts, we had news pods. I think they were like 5 or 10 minute little news things. Like, okay, this is weird, but all right. Anyway, I ended up being the news director there before I left. And I went back to East Tennessee to a big station in Bristol, WCYB. And so there I got to anchor and do live shows. Were you there?
I lived in Bristol for 10 years. That's where I saw you.
That's where it was. And I moved
I
here.
was so
after
surprised
that.
you ended up where I did here.
Isn't it? And I've met a few people like that too.
Yeah, Leroy.
Yes, I am the ambassador of Memphis Police Department. I love my Memphis policemen and listen, just give us a shout out and hey, listen, all our officers give 100%.
They sure do.
They are family men, they are family women, they got children, and we are in the community, and yeah, we got a lot of things going on, but hey, listen, give us a shout out. And from the Chief City Day, we together yesterday, we had meet and stuff, so with Mayor Strickland and Lee Harris, all of us together. So hey, give us a proud, let the people know that Memphis is working hard together.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Leroy. Thank you.
And that's true.